Hey, good morning everybody. This is sort of a reply to two people that work on thatguywiththeglasses.com. Two people that I'm actually fans of, believe it or not. And no, it's not Nostalgia Critic and it's not Nostalgia Chick. Instead, it's two people that work on the inked reality portion of That Guy with the Glasses. Both are known for certain things that they do. Those two people I'm talking about are, one, MarzGurl, whose real name is Kaylin, and the other is Linkara, real name Lewis. Now, MarzGurl, as you might know, is mostly known lately for anime news editorials, while Linkara is known mostly for his Atop the Fourth Wall, a series where he reviews bad comics. And I want to address two things that they have done recently. Lately, MarzGurl has done is doing, I guess, a multi-part series on the terrors of 4Kids entertainment. And I actually quite like this series so far because it does point out some of the things that shouldn't be done to an anime. Well, Linkara recently did his 100th episode, which I just watched. Now, I'm going to address both of them as best I can in the next, almost 15 minutes, seeing as though YouTube gives us about 15 minutes. So, let's go for it, shall we? Now, first of all, MarzGurl. Let's start with you. Now, you all write about a few things that, 4Kids has done lately with some of the animes that they bring over. And you all write about a few other things, like when studios like Funimation get their hands and gets the rights, distributing rights to an anime, that Funimation and some other US anime studios or distributors may stay true to the source material. Heck, you even brought out the fact that when Funimation finally purchased the rights to One Piece, that they actually translated the original opening from Japan into a perfect English rendition. Well, instead, 4Kids gave us nothing more than a rap video, or rap opening that didn't really make no sense. Now, I agree that's probably the best thing. That was probably the more better rendition. Well, not the rap. I mean, I meant the Funimation's the better rendition, where the rap one was a piece of crap. I admit that. But there is a reason, and you do pointed out a lot of things in your first part of this whole thing about 4Kids. You see, some anime studios, as we all know, like I said, like Funimation and a few others, they may stay true to the material. They may show stuff uncut. But it all depends, though, on who distributes it, and where they can be distributed at. Let's take a look at Sci-Fi, for example. Sci-Fi, as we know, every late Monday night going into early Tuesday morning, they have sort of an hour and a half, 2-hour anime block. Sure, they have the TV PG warning on there and everything, but the truth is they stay more true to the anime source than anybody so far that I've seen. They even have the original Japanese openings. And then when Adult Swim on the Saturday or Sunday nights, late nights I should say, on Cartoon Network, when Cartoon Network has the Adult Swim deal, they're basically staying true to the source material as well. They're even going as far as to give it a TV-14 rating to some of the shows. But those are the only ones, and as well as with Funimation On Demand, and maybe a few other on-demand stations like Anime Network On Demand, that stay true to the source material even though it's dubbed in English. But when it comes to 4Kids television, I'm pretty sure you're going to address this better than I will. But when it comes to 4Kids television, the truth is this. 4Kids is aired during the daytime, during the morning hours mostly on Saturday, and sometimes with certain stations on Sunday mornings. Which means when it's aired in the weekend mornings, Saturday and Sundays, they have 4Kids. Believe it or not, I know it sounds like I'm defending them, but I'm not. But the people at 4Kids Entertainment have no choice but to cut out a lot of things. Now, you do have to give them credit though, MarzGurl. They did have the courtesy years ago, because I actually purchased one or two of these and I had to sell them back because of financial reasons. But I actually purchased one or two of these uncut versions that they had. So give them credit. They at least were trying to give the fans what they wanted when it came to things like Yu-Gi-Oh! But the thing is, it's because they're aired during the morning hours that some of the shows are cut, butchered up, edited, and turned into what as many would consider pieces of crap that shouldn't even be watched. And I admit, 4Kids shouldn't do that, but again, I'm pretty sure there's some people at 4Kids that don't like doing it, but they have no choice. Why? It's because of the FCC, and I know this sounds insulting. I know this may sound insulting and all that, but I'm trying not to sound insulting to these people. But it's also because of the mothers of America. Not the parents, not just the fathers, but the majority of the parents that are against the violence that cartoons had that was allowed back in the 80s, 70s, and even the 90s. The majority of those parents are mothers. The mothers are more concerned about what their kids watch on television than than a father probably would be, because a father really doesn't sometimes care. And again, I'm not trying to insinuate or be insulting or anything, but that's basically the majority of parents that basically had the FCC say, okay, we'll tone down the violence, okay, we'll make things more educational, okay, you win, less violence, more education, blah blah, you get the idea. More cutesy deals and all that, you get the idea. You basically get what I'm saying. That is why when an anime is distributed by 4Kids and aired on 4Kids television, it's butchered up, as people would say, edited, the theme songs, to the point that even the theme song and the ending credits are butchered and edited, because of the fact that the FCC was basically pushed, if you will, into doing this. That's what happened. That's why it happened. If the mothers of America, the parents of America, and I'm not trying to be insulting or anything, but if they weren't so worried about what the kids were watching, they would understand that what the kids are watching is fantasy. It's got nothing is real. Kids aren't stupid enough to do things like that. Well, maybe some kids are. Some kids may be stupid enough, and I'm not trying to be insulting, but some kids, a majority of the kids know it's just a cartoon. But you know what's something, MarzGurl, Kaylin? It's not just limited to the animes either. It's not just limited to animes. Take a look at Disney. Take a look at Disney, for goodness sakes. Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, Dark Green Duck, Bonkers. I wouldn't even go even as far as maybe even the Gummy Bears have had episodes or scenes in episodes cut out, re-edited, or basically banned from television altogether. I'll give you an example. Bonkers, and I've used this many times, but Bonkers had an episode back in the early 90s, mid-90s, called New Partners on the Block, which was a transitional episode. It showed how Bonkers went from having Lucky Purcell as a partner to having Miranda Wright as a partner. That episode got banned after the Oklahoma City bombings. Now I can understand, because of that sensitivity issue, because the villain was a bomber. I can understand that. But let's take a look at some other episodes. Some other Disney shows, like Rescue Rangers. Rescue Rangers had an episode called Dirty Rotten Diapers. And there's a scene towards the end of the episode, it's like in the later half of the episode, where Gadget basically says a line about shaking a baby till he rattles, or something like that. And what happened is when it got aired later on television, they cut that scene out. But when it was distributed onto DVD, they put the scene back in, but they had the voice actress come back in and redo the line. You get what I'm saying? It's not just limited to the 4Kids, not just limited to the fact that 4Kids is doing it. Even Disney does it. Get what I'm saying? Even Disney does it. Companies like Disney, Warner Brothers, they do it. So it's not just limited to 4Kids. Again, because I'm pretty sure if 4Kids wanted to, they would, well, some of the people at 4Kids, if they wanted to, if the FCC didn't have the parents of America, a majority being the mothers of America, on the back, telling them, make sure this is all done right. I'm pretty sure that 4Kids TV, despite how you feel about them, the people at 4Kids Entertainment who are in charge would probably air some of the animes that they have uncut. I mean, Sonic X, despite how you feel about it, I don't think would have been a problem shown uncut. No doubt about it. Wouldn't have been a problem. But unfortunately, because 4Kids Television, and again, I know it sounds like I'm defending them and all that, but the truth is, if 4Kids wasn't pressured by FCC, if the FCC wasn't pressured by the parents, aka Mothers of America, to tone down the violence and everything, then I guarantee you, shows like Sonic X would probably be aired, majority of it, uncut. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Could be even shown uncut if they wanted to, but then again, there are certain scenes in the later seasons that do have to be edited, but still, a majority of some of the episodes could be shown uncut. Still, it does not, the truth is, despite what 4Kids does, us by butchering and making crappy versions of some of the animes they have, because I will say some of the animes they do kind of re-edit and rehash are better than what we expect, but some that are basically, like I say, rehashed and crapped out into the pieces of shit that we see. You know, 4Kids isn't the only company that does that, MarzGurl. Companies like Disney do the same thing, even to their own shows. But that's just my take on certain things, MarzGurl. That's just my take on certain things. Take it or leave it. Let me take my time for a second, thank you. But again, you know, just take it or leave it, MarzGurl. But that's the truth. That's the truth. 4Kids may, again, like I say, may do a crappy job on some of the things that they edit, some of the animes they get the rights to, and they may do a crappy job, but again, the reason is this. Unlike Sci-Fi, and unlike Cartoon Network's Adult Swim, these animes are shown during the morning hours, or afternoons, depending on where you live. You know, and they know that there are a lot of young kids watching television at that time. So that's why they got to do it. Again, like I said, there are some episodes in some of the animes they have, like Sonic X and Yu-Gi-Oh!, believe it or not, and even, I don't know, some of the shows they used to have, like Mew Mew Power or Tokyo Mew Mew. There are shows that, some animes that have episodes that could have been shown uncut. And a majority, and believe it or not, that have been shown uncut. It's just the fact that 4Kids, believe it or not, the people at 4Kids Entertainment, and again, I know it sounds like I'm defending them and all that, but the people at 4Kids Entertainment are pressured by the FCC because the FCC is pressured by the parents, aka Mothers of America, that tone down the violence on all the shows they have. I mean, take a look at CBS. CBS, for the past couple years, ever since they acquired Dick Entertainment, or partnered up with Dick Entertainment and all that, they have the whole Kuopolis. Their whole Saturday morning lineup's educational. Get what I'm saying? But anyway, that's just my response to you, MarzGurl. And in my next part, I'm going to respond to you, Linkara, about your situation with Sonic on your 100th episode. I'll be back.